Hello and welcome to the top of a car park on a glorious day in Beverley. It is, how many degrees are we? 11 degrees today, so everyone's very excited about the weather. Day 3 of the challenge. I've come up and I'm here with my zoom lens, okay? I am shooting minimum 200 today, not because I think that gives me particularly great photos, but just because it makes it a bit more challenging, limiting myself to those kinds of pictures. I'm just very aware that I thought there'd be nobody up here. There's a white transit van with a couple of workmen, and I don't know if one of them's practicing driving a van, but they're just sort of driving around slowly. I keep thinking they're going to come and speak to me and tell me to move, but so far I'll carry on. So I'm going to put the zoom lens on. Obviously, I've got a huge choice of places to get a composition, but there's one or two bits that I've seen before, so I'm going to stop there and I will talk to you when I found my first shot. See you in a minute. Now, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for those guys to come around to get a better picture, I spotted this one white tower. I know Beverley quite well. I feel like I know which building that, I should know which building that is, but I don't. You can see it smack bang in the middle of the frame there. I'm at 200mm, but I could actually probably extend that. I'll go up to 300. And I just think that's a nice contrast. There's even some trees in the distance, but in front of those red chimneys, I think that white tower just gives a nice contrast. I think while I'm waiting for the Minster shot, I'm going to shoot that one now. So I cut that video a little bit shorter because it just makes me uncomfortable when there's a van with two workmen driving around the car park looking at me. I must look very strange and they must wonder what the hell someone's doing up here. It is a strange choice of place, but I just thought with the 200mm to 300 zoom limit, we might see some interesting things. It's pretty much the highest point in Beverley, aside from, going to the top of the Minster or one of the church towers. Whenever I've come here in the past and parked here, I've always thought, God, what a great place it would be to come with your camera. So there's a few shots that I've got in mind, one of which I've got sort of set up at the moment, which is pointing at the Minster, where there's some construction work going on, as I mentioned yesterday. And when I first came up here, there were two guys on there working in bright orange high vis, and it just looked amazing against the Minster. So I'm hoping they'll come back and I'll get those. There's also, I'll pan around this way, there's a lot of rooftops, so I'm thinking a nice rooftop shot would be good. The issue up here is that two of the sides, three. Many of the sides are too high up to get a camera over the top of them. These two sides, the side that I'm pointing at here and the one behind me, give quite nice views. So I've got the Minster, some rooftops and possibly some distant trees. I even spotted some trees, isn't that beautiful? Okay, so the good news is it looks like the boss of the work, and you can see them just behind me. They don't seem interested in me at all. They've not come and said anything to me, so I'm assuming I'm okay. I found another composition on the Minster, I think, just while I'm waiting again. I don't know if those workmen are going to reappear. I might change this to a vertical composition, but I really like the chimney pots in front of the Minster's main window. I'm sure it's got a proper name. It will be facing, it must be the east window, maybe. Change that to a vertical composition so I can get all of the Minster window in. Let's check I'm at, see on the camera there, I'm at 200. So let's see what that looks like. Again, more workmen walking near me, but not interested in what I'm doing, so that's fine. I found another composition. I promise I'm not going to mention the workmen on the roof again. Just across the rooftops, and the really nice thing about this is picking out little features in the rooftops and making those central. So I found this composition where there's these two white windows on one of the beautiful houses that you can see, and it's just nicely framed by all the chimneys. I'm at 200. Just over 200, sorry. And it just looks really nice. There's some trees off in the distance as well, and the vertical chimneys are just framing it beautifully, so I can really make a focus of that when it comes to editing it. So I'm just going to shoot that now. I'm at f11, everything sharp. ISO is as low as it can be at 100, and it gives me a 50th. But there's not, the trees and everything are fairly still. There is a flag fluttering, that might not be. But I think at our 50th, actually, that should be okay. So let's take that shot now. That's going to be a really, really nice feature. So I'll show that now, and hopefully you think so too. moving along, mainly to get out of these guys' way, because they're obviously here to do a job, and I'm just faffing around with the camera, so I'm going to move right out their way. There might not be too many more shots. I'm going to try and get one more rooftop, and then I might call it a day. So I've just spotted in the distance some smoke coming out of a chimney. The wind's just caught it a bit now. I'm waiting till it comes up a little bit more. And I think I'll shoot this continuous so I get a few options. Let's just have a look at a couple of those. Just shooting a lot of versions so I can get the best looking smoke that I like. It's very Coronation Street up there. Mini eggs. The other option I did have was to shoot down onto the shopping centre below, but I feel like that would fit more in with yesterday's video about telling stories, and it feels a bit creepy, stalky kind of behaviour, looking down at people and taking pictures without them realising. I know don't fancy that. I'd really like to get the workman on top of the Minster before I finish. I might head back over there. Oh, the distant trees is the other one as well. Let's have a look at that now. I'm just framing up a shot with the tree. It's way off in the distance. It's towards the westward, but I feel like it's a little bit further away than that. Anyway, I can see a tree. And it's just all of the rooftops just frame it perfectly, and it's just sat in its own bit of grass in this perfect sort of triangle at the back of the frame. It looks awesome. I am at f10. Just going to make sure my iPad's straight. Focus on the tree. I'm at 200. I want to be as far away as possible actually. Foreground house top. Let's try that again. I'm at 200 because I want to be far enough away so we can still see the rooftops in the foreground. 2-second timer. Oh, it's just past the racecourse. I can see the fence lines of the racecourse. So it's just past there. Really cool tree. Beastie looking thing, which really makes it stand out. So yeah, really pleased with that. This is going to be my last shot. I've just spotted one of the St Mary's Church. That's having a lot of work to be done at the moment as well, unfortunately, but the tower is looking beautiful, with lots of rooftops in the foreground. It's got a real sort of Florence vibe to it. The Beverley Florence. Florence of Beverley, I don't know. But they're starting to do quite a lot of work now, so I'm going to move off. So I'll take that shot now. 2-second timer. Actually finished off there with a sneaky shot of the guy doing the work in front of the Minster, because he's obviously cutting into the surface and it's creating lots of smoke and looked really cool with the Minster behind him. So sneaky. I'm going to finish there as I'm making my way out. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed day 3 of the challenge. I'm really pleased I've set myself out to do this, because it's, you know, I'm finding different shots, discovering new things about the local area that I hadn't seen before. Feeling really positive about it. So 2 more challenges to go. Tune in again tomorrow to see what the next one will be. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. If there's something that isn't good that you're not liking or something you'd like to see more of, please comment. But otherwise, I will see you on the next one. Adios.